and this is my project for shapes. This is my project, and its name is Shapes Rock Paper Scissor Game. So basically, you run it for you and explain it along the way. As you can see, when I start it, it says "Welcome to Shapes Rock Paper Scissor." Two players enter and one player wins. Let's find out who wins. So this I displayed with the display function. It says type 1 to see the rules or 0 to skip the rules. So if I press anything other than 1 or 0, as you can see, it says invalid choice. So let's just press 1 to see the tutorials. There's two players required. Each select a character, a health bar color, and a laser color. Each choose their move in private, quick attack, faster than laser, weaker than shield, charged laser, stronger than shield, slower than quick attack, recoil shield, recoils quick attacks, weaker than laser. These are basically the rules. The game is basically a virtual version of rock paper scissors. Um, as you can see, it asks as player one to pick the shape rectangle or triangle. So basically, there are the two-player game, and I store the value. There's a loop that runs with for loop, and I put the variables of the values. As I put the values in variables named P shape, hits, bar color, and laser color. The shapes go in P shape. Let me just select anything. Let's select triangle for player one. And as for play health bar color, so if I put anything other than one, two, and three, as you can see, it says invalid. So let me put in three, and let me put in the last one. Let me just put in green. As you can see, all the everything from command window just wiped out, and the whole thing just reset for player two, and that's so that we can like prevent any kind of cheating. So player two cannot see what player one shows, and that is done by the CLC function. Um, so let's do the same thing for player two. Let me select rectangle. Let me select blue, and let me select red. All right. Okay. Once again, you can see there's a whole plot that opened up. It says shapes rock paper scissors. First to four hits win. Okay, so there are two uh, shapes, each with a width of 5 and height of 20. The gap in between them is again 20. Yep, if I'm not mistaken, yes, that is 20. And so as you can see, uh, there's a whole lot of code that was needed to build the shapes basically, and I just plotted it out. So the code functions in so the game is about hits. So if you can hit someone four times, that person loses and the opponent wins. So um so a there's a score for hits for player one and for player two. And every time the player gets hit, the hit score increases by updates by one. So there are three moves that each player can choose: quick attack, charge, laser, recoil, shield. If, for example, if I press quick attack, and for player two, if I also select quick attack, you can see the balls. Um, there are two circles, each with their own the color of their own health bars that are shot out from the shapes, and they meet in the middle and disappear. This is equivalent to rock paper scissors when both players select the same pick the same thing. Like for example, if two players select rock by chance. Um, so again, if I select two and two for both shapes, as you can see, they cancel out in the middle. For the charged laser, as you can see, the laser loads up for a bit, charges up, and while it charges up, it is dark for a while, and then it becomes light gradually. And again, for the quick laser, the quick attack, I used variables such as quick X, CX1. I could show you um, quick X. So as you can see, I put in values for quick X, laser X. This is basically a temporary value, and every time the loop runs, this gets updated and over. And wait, so we delete the quick one and laser two. So every time the code runs and the loop runs, the the attacks are done, and every time the position of the ball or the laser, every time the loop runs, it gets updated to a new position, to a new length, and the previous length gets deleted. This creates an illusion that the object is moving. And yes, and the I use variable shade. So variable shade to uh so that when to change the color of the charge from dark to color. And so every time the player gets hit, the hit counter increases by one, and that's how the player uh the player with the most hits wins. So for example, if I choose one and two, as you can see, the quick attack actually won that time because the charge laser took too much time to load, and so the uh, quick attack was able to decrease the player's HP, and every time it's hit, it decreases the HP by 25%. So four hits is a win or a loss. Um, so if I do one and three, for example, you can see the ball bounces off the shield of the other player, and the person that shot out the the quick attack, in this case player one, got shot himself. And this time let's try two and three. As you can see, the laser took some time to charge, but it penetrated the shield. So if I were to select maybe three and one this time, as you can see the same thing happens vice versa. And let's select three and two. Yep. And let's select three and one this time. As you can see, player one just won, and player two, the whole health bar, it went white, and then the height of the rectangle decreased until it diminished completely. So for the rectangle, it was pretty easy because you could just change the height, and then delete the previous height. But the vice versa, for like the same thing for the triangle, took a little bit more work, as I will show you in this code. So let's select this time let's select zero. So I don't want any tutorials. So you can see there are no tutorials this time. Let's select one, two, three, and for player two, let's select three. Sorry, two, three, two. So let's go with let's this time I want the triangle to lose. So let me try everything to make the triangle lose. I'm gonna select one and two. So the quick attack wins this time. I'm gonna select three and one. Sorry, I'm gonna select three and one. Again, player two gets hit. Again, I'm gonna choose two and three. Yep. And this time I'm gonna choose again one and two. This time, as you can see, for the triangle, I had to keep the width of the triangle the same while changing the height, um, which took a little bit more work because I had to introduce different sorts of variables, play with it. I had to introduce y top we'll have to introduce top W, X top L, X top R, each variable doing basically just honing into all the different coordinates to make them work together and keep the width part the same, the height the decrease. And so whichever there's an if loop. So whichever player hits, let me do this. Yep, as you can see, if hits one equals four or hits two equals four, it means the game is done. This means that whichever player has been able to hit the other player four times and thus had won, and thus the ending animation starts. So the loser is chosen, the winner is chosen, and that is basically my code. And in the end, it just shows player one wins. Congratulations. It's a nice little bit at the end. But overall, this is the code. I think I'm happy with the code. Yeah, like the entire code took 521 lines of coding. So yeah, this is my code. Hopefully, you like it too. Thank you so much. I hope I was able to explain in the video completely and clearly. Thank you.